Hello, it's Emma here with your Tarot and Oracle reading of the day. I'm going to be starting with the Literary Witches Oracle. I've been using this deck a lot lately, and what's really come through strongly for me is the presence of the ancestors within these readings. I've been able to get quite a lot of information about the generational trauma that I've carried through into my own life and where that stems from. Particularly when it comes to the feminine side, very, very strong divine feminine energy that I'm able to pick from this deck. You may have female ancestors at this time who are rallying around you in support. Female ancestors who never got the chance to speak up, who never got the chance to be authentic, who never got the chance to live out their dreams, okay? And I'm being really called to use this deck for you today. So let's see what wants to come out for you. As always, if this found you, please trust that there's a message in here for you. If it doesn't resonate, just leave it behind for the person it's for. What would you like the collective to know today? Give me some information about how we got here. How did we get to the current position, and what is the journey? How did we get to this position? What is the journey here for the collective? A journey of love. We love that. We are love. You are love. In your truest form, you are pure love. What else? What's the journey for the collective here, please? Does any ancestors want to come forward? What energies are circulating at this time? Ooh. Wildflowers. Venus energy here. As I said, divine feminine energy, very Venusian, being concerned with the beauty of life, sipping the nectar of life. What else wants to come out, please? Sipping the nectar of life. What else wants to come for the collective? Give me some information on how we got here. Who resides with them at this time? Okay. Lovely. So we have the snail. We have Virginia Woolf, vision. We have the hedgehog. We have Audre Lorde, justice. And we have the milk. Okay. So looking at these two cards, the hedgehog and the snail, I believe that this is your previous energy. Okay. I believe the hedgehog represents somebody who is looking to self-preserve. Their defenses are up, their spikes are out, and they want to protect their own energy. This could be to self-detriment though. This could be to the point where you didn't let people in, you were closed off, and were not ready to receive what the universe wanted to give to you, okay? With the snail card coming out as well, I believe this represents a journey, a slow and steady journey, a journey that has taken many, many years to culminate up to this point. And this point in the journey that we're at now is a point in which we are embodying love. And we have a vision of how we are going to share that love with the world, okay? We are people who are run by love. We work from the heart space, and that's where the creativity is coming from in this occasion. We also had milk. I have no idea what this means. Let's have a look. Let's see what the book has to say about this. Okay. Nourishment is the first buzzword that I see. However, I believe that there is a relation between these two here. Milk and honey is the phrase that comes to my mind. This is about allowing yourself to enjoy all that life has to offer. Filling your own cup. Filling your own cup here, okay? And stopping to smell the flowers. And this is your justice. After going from this energy and moving towards something new, no matter how quick the pace, there was a decision to do it, and you are supported in this, and currently you are being invited by the universe to step unapologetically into your divine feminine energy and enjoy the sweetness of life. Okay. Let's get one from the Pocket Shaman deck. See if there's another message that wants to come. The Crow. Okay, so I was channeling some messages last night actually. I don't often share them, but I'll share this with you. I was walking down the street and I said something about the Druids. I was kind of talking to somebody about the Druids, and as I mentioned it, the loudest crow call came from above me, and instant confirmation that was. So you may be somebody who's very connected to birds. There was another situation actually the other day. I was sat on my sofa and I heard a tapping at the window. And I thought, oh my gosh, what's that? And it was a bee. The bee was flying into the window. And as I looked past the bee, there was a magpie sat outside of the window looking in. And I thought, wow, nature is working together to make sure I see the signs. So you may be receiving very direct communication from your ancestors, your guides, the universe at this time. This could be in the form of animals, synchronicities, angel numbers, direct channels into your head. Oftentimes, you get a song pop into your head, for instance, and you weren't thinking about it. It just randomly came up, and there'll be a specific lyric that stands out to you. That is oftentimes a message from your angels, okay? And this is your reminder to pay attention to those signs. The crow is associated with the crone of the maiden, mother, and crone trifecta. So this is somebody who is very mystical. It's somebody who is aware of the bigger picture. There's a magpie up there, just as I've said it. And they can draw upon these gifts now in order to attain their justice. And I believe that this justice is ancestral. I believe that this is a cycle breaker, a curse breaker, somebody who is putting down the generational baggage and trauma that they have carried, okay? Let's get a few more messages from this mystical shaman. What else wants to come out for the collective, please? Give me something that relates. Give me something that relates. What else wants to come out for the collective? Wonderful. What wants to come out for the collective? Messages, please, Spirit. Okay, we have 3 cards coming out for you. Bear with me 1 second. You are somebody that's very mystical. You're somebody that is surrounded by magic. You can tap into this magic. You've come to a realization that this world that we live in is magic. You may also be seeing master numbers 11, 22, 33, 44, as with this card, which is the 33. The 3s have been following me everywhere, absolutely everywhere. So this is something that you may relate to. We also had the serpent, okay? This is great because we are in the year of the snake, we're shedding our skin, we're moving forward, we're deciding who it is that we want to be once and for all, and we're letting go of anything that does not serve us and does not match the frequency that we are hoping to resonate at or are already resonating at, okay? Yes, this is a closing of a cycle. This may have been a karmic cycle that was within your line for generations. Whatever it is that you have had to move away from, with the snail card coming up. And I do believe that this has to do with hiding. It has to do with being afraid of the world, afraid to step forward, afraid to be seen, being defensive, locking yourself away and hiding your light with this hedgehog card, okay? But we're now tapping into this Venusian energy. Venusian energy, where we get to enjoy the sweetness of our life. We get to fill up our cup with what it is that we want. And this is our justice, okay? One more card that ran away. Okay, the rattle. I'm gonna read this one from the book. I'm not too sure how it relates, but I would say that it's a call to action. I would say that it talks of intuition. It talks of the quiet rattle of the North Node that calls you from deep inside. It's a quiet whisper. It's not a shout. It's not loud. It's not distracting. It's something that has always been there. And in this world of constant distraction, of constant energy being poured into places that don't serve us, it can be really hard to actually tap in to this intuition, to this inner wisdom. It takes stillness, it takes peace, it takes quiet. But obviously if you're working a 9 to 5, it's hard to have that moment of stillness, of peace, of connection. And I do believe this is why the elite keep us within this working structure, because they do not want us to think. They do not want us to break free of the prison in which they have placed us. Food for thought. So this is number 43. So once again, with the 4s and the 3s, we have a 4 and a 6, which is a 2 and a 3. We have a 4 and a 3, which is a 2 and a 3. We have a 3 and a 3, which is a 6. I'm loving my numbers at the minute. I'm really intrigued with how these numbers are appearing. 43, okay. The rattle is the spirit caller, carrying the shaman's prayer to the 4 directions. The body of the rattle is like the earth spinning on its axis. With the aid of the rattle, the medicine woman instills a desired destiny in her future. Closing with the prayer, Great Spirit, may your will be done. The rattle guides us to pray for all earth, not just for our personal needs. When we offer our prayers for the highest good of all, everything we need is provided for us. The rattle comes to invite you to work with the tools of spirit, but be careful. They are very sharp and can hurt you and others if they are not used mindfully. Set your old tools aside and take up the drawing instruments of spirit. You are consciously stepping into partnership with the divine. Oh my gosh, okay, this is something that you're tapping into that has not been tapped into before, for sure. This is brand new for you. This is a new partnership. You may actually resonate, and this is the only way I could explain it in my own experience, was this feeling of being filled by the Holy Spirit. And I've heard people talk about it. I've heard people talk about the love, the joy that it made them feel. And until it happened to me, you can't explain that. You know, it's inexplicable. It is literal magic. You're magic. Okay. This is the time for courageous deeds. Do not let your hesitation get in the way of your expression. So yes, once again, I'm talking to creatives. I'm talking to people who are looking to express this sense of magic, this new sense of self, and really drive themselves forward on their healing journey that they have been on for a very, 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 very long time. Okay. Amazing. So as I was just saying, the intuition is a whisper. It's not a shout. It's not distracting. It's not in your face. It's something you listen for. It says here you want to catch God on the whisper, not on the shout. What you are trying to craft to your own desires and expectations is already there standing before you. Do not spin the world to your own benefit. You are being offered the Creator's tools, which must be put to use to serve a divine purpose. Yes. This is relating quite significantly to the reading I did yesterday. This is a group of people who have answered the spiritual call, and they are beginning to see their life as a sacred dance with the universe. We're in a flow state, We're in a state where we are in alignment now, okay? And when we are in alignment, the tools that we need to help us create the reality that we are wishing for come to us effortlessly, okay? You may be somebody who is concerned with manifestation work at this time. This is your green light to carry on with that. You are in a very attractive energy. This Venusian energy is the energy of the Empress within Tarot, somebody who is very nurturing, but also very creative. The Empress appears with a rounded belly, okay? Kind of as a representation of Mother Earth. That's usually how you see Mother Earth represented as well. But it kind of demonstrates that she is ready to bring into being something entirely new. She has a direct link to the Almighty. She's the divine feminine. She's the creative life force within all of us, okay? And that's what you're calling in now. I'm gonna get some more on this from the Angels and Ancestors Oracle deck, a beautiful deck. Let's see what spirits, what guides, what energies are surrounding you at this time on this path, okay? Something that relates to the reading, please. What wants to come forward for the collective? Something that relates to the reading, please. With that. Okay. We'll take those. We have Shield Maiden, Make Plans and Focus. We have High Priest, Intend and Create. We have Heart Guardian, Love and Allow Yourself to be Loved. Yes. We have Autumn, Release the Old and Rest, and we have the Crow appearing once again. This is somebody who is very wise. This is somebody who is probably an old soul, has probably been here quite a few times, okay? This could also be a direct spirit guide for you, the Crow. Just bear with me 1 second. Okay. So, with this Shield Maiden card, this is speaking to me of boundaries. It's speaking to me of decisive action. The Queen of Swords is in my head. This is somebody who knows what they're worth. They know where they're going. And they will protect themselves. They're making plans for the future. And they're striving ahead towards this new future that they have envisioned. We also have the Heart Guardian. Love and let yourself be loved. Now this speaks to me directly of this Hedgehog card. This idea that you were in a place of heavy self-preservation and protection to the point where opportunities to show love and to receive love may have actually passed you by. But I believe that this is an energy we're stepping out to. We're finally tapping into our heart space. We are opening up our heart space, and in doing so, we are gaining more capacity to receive love and more capacity to give love, okay? It's a very, very special, magical thing for your heart space to begin expanding. And this is probably where this actual sense of magic is coming from. You probably feel this. You probably feel that the world has changed. Before it was boring, it was monotonous. There was nothing special about it. But now it's like you've stepped into an alternate reality where everything is divine, okay? And this very much relates to a heart space opening. With the High Priest, it's no surprise that this came out. We also have another bird here. I think it's Horus, the hawk. Birds are very, very significant here. Very significant. Definitely spiritual guides and ancestors who may be appearing in these forms to you currently. But we do have a lot of kind of focus on this creative energy, on this vision that you have for your life. And this will be your justice, okay? You're probably very galvanized by intention at this time. You probably have a lot of ideas flowing to you quite naturally. And this is because of the connection that you have fostered with the universe. once you declare that you are willing and ready to work with your guides, to work with spirit, to work with the universe, that is when they will come in to help you. But you have to ask, you know, and this was proven to me. I mean, I'll say 6 months ago, I was always spiritual, but I was never really in deep with it like I am now. And there was one evening, I walked into my kitchen and something came over me, just a wave came over me, and I spoke out and I said, I know that there's more than this. I know I can be more than this. And allow me to leave my fear behind. I'm ready to live beyond my fear. And my life pretty much fell apart after I'd said that. And at the time I was shocked. I knew what I'd asked for, but I wasn't sure that I was prepared for what was happening, for the shedding and the purging that came after that. But now, you know, I'm in a much more well-rounded place, and it was the best thing that ever happened to me. If you are in doubt, if you are really looking to make that next step, and you know that you're ready, and your spirit tells you that you're ready, and it needs more and it wants more, speak to the universe, speak to your guides, and watch your world change overnight. It's something that's very special. It's a very special connection. With this High Priest card coming out, continue to focus on that. Continue to focus on your direct link to source. Continue to focus on making your life a divine sacred dance with the universe. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and grab a few tarot cards for you, and then I'm gonna leave the reading there. Fabulous energy so far though, coming from a place of self-preservation, hiding, trying to protect ourselves, and stepping into creative energy in which we have boundaries, but we are still able to share the love that we have and to share the gifts that we have, okay? This is an amazing path that you're on. I mean, look at this, coming at the top of the deck, moving into calmer waters. And what really gets me about this card is the person that's moving is actually being rode by somebody else. The divine has its hand on your life. The divine is helping you as you move forward into new territory, okay? 10 of Pentacles. Ultimate stability. This is something that you are considering. Perhaps it is really just your mental stability that you are working on. But when you have that level of mental stability, when you have that connection of that level of connection to source, we know that as within, so without. Your internal stability, your internal worth, it begins to reflect in your outside world. So if you are to continue on this path, continue fostering your connection with spirit, continue closing and breaking cycles as justice, as is your justice in this lifetime, not just your justice, but your ancestors' justice as well. Justice for your lineage. This is what you're going to be attracting into your material 3D realm, because the universe has no choice but to respond to the incredible work. You're doing incredible work, okay? It has no choice but to respond to... Oh my gosh, okay. This is over. No more of this. These swords are sliding out. Your heart is opening. Your heart is healing. These times of difficulty, of absolute despair are ending. It's over. Take a breath. You've done it. You've made it. You've come through it. You've answered the call. And look at this. We have the Wheel of Fortune. Oh my God. You are receiving some incredible karma for everything that you've done. I'm really sorry. My heart space is going wild right now. This is so well deserved. So well deserved. Nobody said it was easy. Oh my gosh, you have to give me a second. This is everything that you've been waiting for. It's everything that you've prayed for. It's everything that you've dreamed of. It's your North Node. You have left behind the karmic path, the tumultuous path, and you are being rowed directly towards your north node, your destiny path, your purpose here on earth. In this lifetime, you're going to achieve this. How incredible. We have the Hierophant. I do very much like this card. In this reading, it speaks to me of being a leader, stepping into a leadership position, sharing your gifts, sharing the knowledge that you are receiving from Source, leading people out of the dark. And to do that, to lead people out of the dark, you lead people within. You lead people to the abandoned parts of themselves, to the parts that they disowned, and to the parts that made them less whole in their abandonment of them. You're bringing people back towards that light. You've been on the hermit's journey yourself. You've seen the dark. You've done so much shadow work to be able to close out the karmic cycles that you have closed out. And we have the Justice card here as well. Justice and the Wheel of Fortune, an absolutely immaculate combination. You've had to really face yourself. You've had to travel to the pit, the lower world, hell, and you've lived that. That is your lived experience. And now it is time to transmute that into a light for other people, to help the other people who are currently within this energy, who are alone, who are unsupported, who need that guidance that you can so readily offer. Okay, what an incredible reading. I'm going to leave it there, but I'm so proud of you, so very proud of you, and this is life-changing. The only way is up from here. The wheel is turning. Your karma, your good karma, is on its way to you.